Phew. I'm walking quite far already. Let's do a little talk. I took another way. I was thinking going home after I went out running again, but I take another route back. So let's have a little talk. Oh, I better put these in. Alright, let's start over. Yeah, I went out reading some pages. Not too much to go. Probably finish it by the weekend. Yeah, I can do that. And yeah. Let's have a little talk. Let's have a little discussion while I'm walking my way home through the huge park, probably the biggest in Lisbon. Absolutely. Yeah, thinking it out today, that's something that I do very often. Just out of curiosity, checking different countries, like just briefly reading about different countries, what it's like to live there and what are the cost of living there. Super interesting. I don't know why. I just think it's interesting to compare what is the average monthly salary, what is the cost of rent per month, stuff like that. What is the accommodation? What is groceries? Actually, I check even in details. I check in detail what grocery costs. Like how much is a liter of milk? How much is that? This and whatever. I find it very interesting to compare. And yeah, I was just gonna mention that. For example, if stuff like fast food, because generally fast food, especially the bigger brands, they are the same, pretty much the same wherever you go. Though I remember in Australia it was really expensive, pretty much like home in Sweden. But however, generally you can figure out the cost based on the fast food. It sounds like I have so bad habits actually. I don't eat a lot of fast food. But also if you see how much for a pint of beer, you check what are the costs of cigarettes, what are, these kind of, because food, if you go to local markets buying meat, vegetable, those stuff can be so like dramatically cheaper if you go to a bit underdeveloped country, which I found interesting compared if you go to the grocery store, supermarket in like a well-known supermarket in a developed Western country. Then it's obviously gonna be much more expensive. However, I was thinking also about like maybe, I'm not sure if it's gonna happen, but I'm interested to make a trip this summer. Not a trip like the trip you go far. Sure, I want to do that too, but not at this time, because next time I feel I go for a trip far away, it's gonna be for a purpose, a real purpose, not just like 1 week or 2 weeks or something like that. So I was looking at today Serbia, Belgrade, and also I'm interested about Romania. It's Bucharest, I believe. Yeah, not Budapest. It's Bucharest, the capital. Yeah, I always mix those together. And I would be very interested to go to those places, especially because those countries are very like kind of underdeveloped, and also therefore it's gonna be cheaper cost. And that's not the primary thing it has to be cheap. Obviously, it's a major bonus, I guess you can say, because yeah, you can just take a weekend or a week there and it would be like you are still living in your home, except that you pay some rent. But for example, when I studied Hungary also a bit, I've been to no, I have never been to Hungary. I've been to Bulgaria one time for sure, maybe twice, I'm not sure, because one time, because I went to Turkey with my family twice, and this is way back in like early 90s, mid 90s, pretty much throughout the whole 90s, I believe, I think, because I have brief memories from there. But yeah, I checked, for example, like Hungary, Bulgaria again actually would be interesting, but especially Romania. Those countries I feel is so interesting because they are the eastern part of Europe that is like underdeveloped, and I like to see underdeveloped countries, not for its political infrastructure or those parts, just that they can still have charm, it can still be very beautiful, architecturally speaking, but especially when it comes to how people view their environment, where they are at. And I get the picture that Bulgaria, don't remember because it was a long time, and Romania, Hungary, I get the picture that they are so like far behind in many things. So when you go there, it's like you travel back, even though Romania was not part of the Soviet Union. I think they were not, but they must have been major influenced by the Soviet Union, obviously. And yeah, so it would be kind of like you're traveling back, I don't want to say 20 years, but certainly many, maybe a decade. And obviously they are developed in many ways compared to a country like where I'm from in many ways, but it gotta has some effect to be pretty much controlled by the Soviet Union from before. So obviously that gonna has its results on the society and the country even till today. I've been thinking about Turkey also, but no, I really don't want to go there. Probably Istanbul is pretty awesome, I think. But yeah, mainly I was thinking Belgrade, maybe travel around a bit in the country if I go to Bulgaria again or Romania, because they are close to the sea, the Dead Sea it must be. So would be a nice option. However, apart from that, tomorrow is Friday, so I will go for another run. Yeah, I normally go here in this part. I come up from here, this direction, and then I go through here, and I live on the other side of that park. And I go, it's like 5.5 kilometers normally. So I do that tomorrow, then maybe I go out in the evening, eat restaurant and listen to some nice podcast. We'll see. I'll leave you there. Nice little update about if I'm gonna do a trip this summer. But obviously I gotta go home first to my country. Peace out.